What's up, everybody? This is Phil Rogacki.
And I'm Jared Abergina.
You're listening to Two Tree Guys Podcast.
So, hello, everyone. This is Eric Palacios. We're here on Two Tree Guys Podcast. Still in Asheville, North Carolina. We're still here at ArborFest. Big shout out to everyone. We got a good friend and an awesome friend and an awesome colleague of ours here, Jason Lague.
Yep.
Did I pronounce the last name right?
Perfectly, Lague.
Okay.
Perfect. So I'm Jason with Teufelberger. Been in the industry now 3.5 years, ironically.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
3.5 years ago, I couldn't tie a knot, and I did not know what a carabiner was.
So, man, Jason, it's awesome to have you on here. Thanks for taking a couple minutes
Thanks for having me, man.
to hang out here and talk a little bit about your story and you inspire someone and stuff like that, because you never know who's going to be listening to this at what time, driving down the road. It could probably be someone that's getting ready to get out of the tree industry. It could be someone that's new to the tree industry, you know? So, again, thanks for taking time. So, Jay, what's your story? How did you get into the tree industry?
So my case is I had nothing to do with the tree care industry.
Right.
So I came from the corporate world, Whirlpool Corporation, big guy, global manager, big corporate position. Took out too much stress on me.
Yeah.
Decided I needed to get out, try something different. Reached out to a recruiter. I speak German. He said, "Do you still speak German? I know there's a company called Teufelberger, but it's very far from your house. We don't know if you want to do the distance. Maybe it's a pain to go work there." Ironically, Teufelberger was a street over from Whirlpool. Drove past it hundreds of times. Never knew it was there.
Isn't that weird?
Never knew it was there.
That you end up like. I met my girlfriend, my wife.
Yeah.
And I had seen her for forever.
Yeah.
But I didn't meet her until her mom introduced us, and then we're married now, right? But I was like, I've passed you every weekend.
Yep.
Here, because we worked kind of in the same spot in the same building.
So I would estimate I drove past Teufelberger at least 1,000 times. At least 1,000 times. Did not know what it was. Recruiter introduced me. They said, "You speak German, great. Maybe you can help with the Austrian side and the U.S. side to help come build the business up, strengthen it with the international ties and understanding." Like I said earlier, did not know what a rope was. I couldn't tie a knot, and I didn't even know what a carabiner was.
Well, you still don't, but
no,
at least you're here.
Hey, at least I'm not. At least we're being honest. And ironically, from coming from the corporate world, 13-hour days, having an office in Ben Harbor, Michigan, an office in Fall River, very stressed out. Family life is getting a little rough from the work. Introduced to Teufelberger, introduced to this wonderful industry.
Yeah.
And just the people here are great. The industry is great. They, unlike other markets or industries, you're welcomed in.
Mm-hmm.
Even with competitors. My first day on the job, Cheryl Tree event, learning the industry, head of Samson Ropes. Our competitor sits down for the entire day to teach me the industry.
Oh, wow.
That's unheard of in any other market or industry that I've ever dealt with.
That's awesome.
We hang out, we get beers together, we're friends. That's unheard of in any other industry.
Yeah. When I get a chance to talk to you, you ask about the family and the kids. And
that's important. It's
important. I do the same, and you're always in fucking Jamaica for some reason.
No, now it's Punta Cana. Jamaica, Jamaica. Now we go to Punta Cana now.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's way cool.
Work on my Spanish.
Well, good. No, and it's funny because, you were working for Whirlpool or Maytag?
Whirlpool Maytag, yeah.
Yeah, Whirlpool Maytag. Yeah. And you were doing that, right? It's crazy.
It has nothing to do with this world.
Had nothing to do with this world.
Absolutely nothing. You're dealing with washing machines, and somehow you end up in the tree world. And I couldn't see myself anywhere else, to be honest with you.
You totally fucking have the face of a washing machine and washer sales guy though.
I'll sell you a washing machine.
Yeah.
You want one?
Yeah, I need one. Yeah.
I'll hook you up.
Yeah. You still have the hookup?
Hell yeah.
That's badass. Yeah. We actually just bought a stove at the house, one of those glass stoves.
Yeah.
And fucking broke it in the first week.
Damn.
Things aren't made like they used to,
No, not at all. Yeah, so the industry, for someone getting new, coming into it, it's so welcoming, and the people want to teach you. They want to sit down and take time. It's really just a great atmosphere to be a part of. So if you're thinking of getting into the tree care industry, be on the business end like I do, because I'm exclusively on Teufelberger. I'm the business guy. I don't am the tree climber. I've been in a tree 3 times. I didn't fall out yet, so that's good. But it's just whatever capacity you do in this industry, you're welcome. And it's really kind of a cool thing. And I try to express that to my professional counterparts or in other industries. They say tree care, oh, you're a bunch of hippies. No, it's actually a bunch of the smartest and nicest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah, well, thank you for saying that, because I'm part of the industry, and it makes me feel good to know that,
Yep.
We're all weirdos, but
I'm a weirdo that fits right in.
I know. That's the weird part. And it's so cool because look at this cat right there. Big shout out to the Sprague. What's up?
Yeah. Like even Andrew Sprague. Here he is.
Yeah.
I know the industry. He shows up in Fall River. We hang out. He tried to teach me how to tie a knot. Still can't do it.
Still can't do it,
No.
He'll learn one day, huh? Yeah. You got to keep whipping him with those whips. Yeah. That's awesome. So, and it's way cool to see like someone change an industry like you did. You're like, fuck, I don't know, like at our age as adults, you know, and that's a cool thing for the industry, that you can come in at whatever age from wherever fucking industry that you were. Like, we accept them all, you know.
Oh yeah, even
it's
me.
Like the bottom of the pool. I don't know. If that's a compliment or not, to be accepted.
Yeah.
But like you were saying, it is. Who is that person that, like, I know there was probably a fucking recruiter involved when you got into it, but like
that's very minor.
Who was that person that, like, after you got into it, you were like, that's the person, like a good mentor in this industry, someone who's taught you, that you've learned from, that maybe that person maybe even helped you really make that decision to say, like, you know what, I am going to stay in this industry, and this looks like an industry I might do the rest of my life.
Yeah, so with any career change you do in life, leave industry, say if you left tree care, you went into automotive, it's very nerve-wracking.
I actually was in automotive and then came into tree care.
I knew that. Yeah. But it's a very hard move to make, especially I'm in my mid-40s, to make a career move like that, and it gets very intimidating. In the tree care world, when you come in, can be very intimidating.
And then your family members are like, I don't know, are you going to make it? Like,
because I didn't think I was going to make it. I've had a successful career. I sold my first business when I was 38.
Yeah.
I've had lots of career success in my life. And my first month in tree care, I said, shit, I don't know if I can do this. Because when you come in, you say, what we sell is rope. We say it's just rope. There's so much behind it. And the fear factor of, oh no, can I actually make it here? And then I'm surrounded by smart motherfuckers like you guys that really know your shit. And it's like, man, how do I keep up and how do I learn?
Yeah, like, why does this rope have this elongation and like what?
I'm like, elongation, it's rope.
Yeah, it elongs.
Yeah, so who actually like mentored me, got me comfortable with the industry. There's a list of people, including yourself as well, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
The very first person to pull me aside and say, dude, let's go sit for 3 hours and let's explain to you how to crawl, how to kneel, how to walk, was Bill Burley.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say. I didn't want to. I wanted to kind of fill in the name, but like that's way cool.
We were at the TCI Expo. It was my first time there. Just booths jammed. Everyone's asking questions, and I see this goofy-looking guy with a beard and tattoos look like he'd kick my ass.
Yeah.
And he introduces us on Bill. Bill's from Rhode Island, where I'm from. That following week, he spent a good 3 hours with me. We sat down. We went through everything. And then I developed more mentors along the way of people that you meet, for questions you have. I'm not a climber. I don't want to give bad information.
Yeah.
So it's very important to have those people in your life that you can lean on and say, hey, I got this question. And the beauty of this industry, if you don't know, ask and don't be embarrassed.
Yeah.
They don't look down on you. It's not, the guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. They're more excited to educate me and to teach me.
Absolutely.
It's very inspirational to see that. And when I tell my professional counterparts about this industry, you're friends with your competitors. You can't, if you don't know something, you're not going to be embarrassed or be frowned upon. They'd rather see you educate yourself and move up, not to pretend.
And we all like to know about the equipment and about, like ropes and more about that, so that we can teach others like me, the relationship we have. Like, I've learned a lot because directly or indirectly, I work with Mountain, one of the largest utility providers. I do stuff for ArborWorks. I do stuff for Mowbrays. Like, these are all companies in California, all over the country. And, they want to know the latest. They want to know, like, do I buy all of these kind of ropes for my guys? Do I? So I think a lot of times, even if like someone like me who doesn't like work directly for you guys, but we have these partnerships and like safety and training, and even before you guys accepted me to be part of, your team or the professional colleagues that you guys have that distribute your information. Like
Yeah.
we were already doing that, so I think even that is a big part of this industry, that everyone's kind of like rooting for you,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
we all love you guys, we all like want to be able to represent you, and like ambassador program's cool, but I think like there's so many probably unofficial ambassadors for you
Yeah.
guys that
Yep.
we just love the brand. Like we've loved that there's people like you that have come into it and just gone with it. It's
Yep.
like it's a total representation of what this industry is,
And part of me not knowing the industry, what I also brought to the industry was
Yeah.
the business acumen.
Yeah.
So we brought Teufelberger from what was kind of a cool brand kind of floating out there to really this rock star of the industry and growing. And that's by bringing more professionalism, which goes along with the industry. We're going to be safer. We're going to think smarter.
Yeah.
And the same thing on the business side. We want to make sure you get the best products available, tested, they're safe, in time, at a good cost. There's a lot that goes in the background. Of bringing gear to market.
Business shit, like I know I learned a lot of that when we started working on a different partnership. They're like,
Yep.
oh, this has to, like, this contract has to be done like this,
Yep.
and you have to, even if you don't buy any, or like, not this has to be done like that, or like, our good friend Andres and his distribution, like, it's like, oh, we gotta wait for this for so long,
Yep.
and like there's distribution channels, and like it has to go through here, and like you can only get so much, and the best
Yep.
is in back order, and like, how do we move stuff faster? How does Teufelberger get it's like, to me, even that is great, because sometimes people want equipment, and they don't understand, like, the world's at a very tricky place right now,
Yeah.
a very
Yep.
unstable place. Like, what it takes to get this beautiful, cool looking colored rope that you like,
Yep. Yep.
there's a lot involved,
And what's cool too, there's a lot of startup businesses in this industry that I have privately mentored to help. Andres, for instance, too, and some other groups where they said, "Dude, you can't tie a knot, but you're pretty good in business. Could we
Yeah.
sit and talk? And how do you do a marketing plan? How do we do a P&L and income statement? How do we measure profitability? How do we do
Yeah.
these things that maybe they didn't know that I can teach as well?" And that's kind of the coolness with some of the people I've dealt with in this industry, where they
Yeah.
want to start a business and they send me something on Facebook, or could you give me some advice? And I'd love to. I'm an open book. I'd
Well,
love to
because
sit and just talk.
so much about that, and
Yep.
that's the cool part about it. I mean, I've had tremendously interesting conversations with you about things like that, and like you don't you don't get that education in a
No.
school or in a marketing
You
firm,
get that you get that education like anything by fucking up and then learning from it. You make a lot of mistakes in life. I could write
Yeah.
a book on how not to run a
Yeah.
business because I did it all.
Mm.
I've done everything wrong you could think of.
You should.
But if you learn from it,
You,
then
you
it's
should,
not a mistake.
You should call it that.
Yeah.
How not to run a business.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it'd be a great idea for a
no,
book.
I could do it. but if you learn from your mistakes, then that's what makes you better, right? In anything.
Yeah. Bill, I know, Ludo, I know there's a lot of people that have been instrumental in your coming. I mean, what advice would you give you? What were some of those things that, like people like Bill did, or what is some advice that you want to give this person that, is out there in the industry, or to the industry itself? Like, what advice would you give someone, like I was saying, that, like, just getting into the industry, looking to get in the industry, someone looking to leave the industry? What's good word of advice?
The biggest thing I've learned, it was my biggest challenge, was to leave your comfort zone, and take a risk. Take calculated risks, but be comfortable not doing what you're uncomfortable doing. You know what I mean? Try things that you don't think you could do, and see what happens. Leave that comfort zone. Take a risk. Calculate a risk always, but try to leave that comfort zone. And that's what helped me here. And a lot of things is to things I wasn't comfortable with. Climbing a tree. I didn't like heights before. I love it. It's awesome. You realize how good your gear is. And then Ludo, for instance, always making me leave my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I tell him that, like, you son of a bitch, you made me do it again this weekend.
Yeah.
It just helps you grow as a person. You're personally, with your career, with everything.
Yeah, taking a risk, like you said, a calculated risk,
Yep.
That's really the key. I've taken a lot of uncalculated risk.
Yep.
Thank God they've panned out. But if I wasn't the guy that said yes to someone saying, "Hey, we need to do a training in Spanish, and like tomorrow, you want to get on a plane and go,"
Yeah.
it wouldn't happen, because there's not too many other people that can do it, and like someone would have been left without training another week, another month, and if I wouldn't have chosen to do what I do and taken that risk, it you don't get anywhere in life.
No,
you don't.
You don't. If you stay stagnant, you're going to be stagnant.
Yeah.
You have to do that. And I teach that to my kids, my friends, to always just put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yeah. Do it responsibly, like you said, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've put my family in that position where like I shouldn't have taken that calculated risk. And it makes everyone antsy, right? I mean, your family must have been a little antsy when you took the rope job, instead of like
what are you doing in rope?
Instead of that security job that you had, knowing what you were doing, knowing where you were going to be at every day, not traveling maybe as much. I don't know. Now sometimes we don't know, right? Like you travel a lot, and like we're getting back to doing shows and stuff like that. But I think you leave a good legacy with the kids too. They see that
exactly.
Yeah, you're away from home. Like you took a different job from where you were used to.
Yep.
But look at how many lives you guys are touching, and you're like literally saving lives with the ropes you make and sell.
Yep.
And
the beauty of this industry too is anything we can do to help.
Yeah.
Teufelberger is a very giving company.
Oh yeah.
We see climbers in need who maybe need gear stolen. We never want credit for it.
Yeah.
You'll get a surprise package from us.
Oh, I've heard. I've been responsible to letting you guys know.
Yep.
People that need it. Like you guys have reached out to those people and given them a lot of stuff. A lot of our stuff that we get to give out to students, shirts. You've given me a bunch of shirts, buffs.
Yep.
I mean, there's so much. Definitely, you guys gear independent contractors like me up. A lot of my gear is Teufelberger, like all my bags.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of ropes. I got a lot of small pieces of rope that you send me so that the people can get the feel for it, so that they can see the different kinds of rope, and I don't have to pull my 300-foot hanks around everywhere.
That's right.
I mean, so that's really helped out really good because it gets the ropes in hands of people that can't come to these shows, people that don't have social media, which is a lot of people in the tree industry, a lot of Hispanic people, so for that, I'm grateful. I want to thank you so much for supporting me, for supporting so many academic and training organizations and individuals, and for just being all around great guys, man.
Yeah, likewise, dude.
Thank you. And give my thanks to Ludo. Give him a big hug.
A little hug.
I know he's
not too big of a hug.
I know he's gotten you out of your comfort zone as well. But
you haven't lived life till you had to work with the French.
Yeah. You haven't lived life till you kiss a French. He give you the real French kiss.
Yeah, it's the real French tickler, he calls it.
And with that, we'll end.
All right, cool.
No, thank you so much for being here. Big shout out to you, to Teufelberger, to Ludo, to all the ambassador team. You guys keep kicking ass, keep elevating the standard for our industry, and we'll be just right alongside with you guys.
You guys keep challenging us.
We
make each other better.
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Alrighty. Thanks for being with us. We're going to continue here at ArborFest in Asheville, North Carolina, and we're still here.
All right.
All right.
Go.
Well.